Coach Troy, Metro Lutheran Ministries Financial Opportunity Center, here today to talk to you about financial literacy. Today I'm going to begin a series of videos that will explain some of the terms and concepts that are important for people to know when they're trying to make decisions about the best possible outcome of what to do with their money. You see, I think a lot of us sometimes feel like this. It's as if everybody said, hey, come to the party. We're all going to wear our favorite shirts. Now, what you thought they meant was a silly party shirt. And what they really meant was a really comfortable casual shirt. You just didn't get it. You didn't know what they really meant. Yeah, that's pretty much what Ryan Reynolds' face says there. So to help you avoid wearing the ugly sweater, at least in terms of your financial knowledge, we're going to start talking about the terms and the concepts of financial literacy that you really should understand. Today's topic is the annual percentage rate. Most often it's shortened and it's just called APR. And if you've ever applied for a credit card or a loan of any sort, the annual percentage rate, or APR, has been important to you, whether you knew it or understood it or not. The APR can tell you the cost of borrowing money on a yearly basis, and it's expressed as a percentage of the amount borrowed. Now, why base it on a year when some loans are shorter and some loans are longer? If we figure out what the cost of that loan would be over the course of a year, it gives you a standard reference point. It allows you to compare apples to apples, if you will. So it makes it easier to understand which loan is more expensive or less expensive. Now, any loan or credit document that you sign will include a disclosure statement. It's a requirement by law. And that statement tells you what the rate of interest on the loan or the credit used will be. However, your true APR figures in anything else that might be added to the cost of the credit or loan. Now, this doesn't mean that the credit agencies are intentionally trying to mislead you. They just simply can't know certain things. For example, if you have a late payment, well, that late payment may incur fees that get added to the loan. If they get added to the loan, that's going to increase your APR. So it's important that you know how to figure your APR, and you'll get to know your true annual percentage rate. Now, here is going to be just one example. Let's say you're carrying a balance on your credit card. Well, if you do not pay off that balance each month, you're going to get charged interest on the amount that you did not pay off. Now, that interest is now going to get charged interest, and then that's going to add to your original APR. This is called the compounding effect of interest. And while we love this compounding in our savings and investment accounts, it can really raise your overall APR or the cost of credit when it works against you. The other common example of not knowing your true APR comes from payday type loans. Now, they'll charge you a flat fee to loan you money for 14 days or until your next payday. Now, let's say you borrow $500 from a payday loan. They'll charge you a $50 fee for borrowing that money for 14 days. Now, if you pay that loan off in 14 days, that $50 fee would translate into an APR of 260%. 260%. Now, granted, you don't intend to pay this out over a year, but if you did, it would be 260%, which is a very expensive rate for a loan. But what happens if you don't pay it off on time? If you don't pay it off in that 2 weeks, now it's going to have whatever balance remains plus another loan origination fee that they're going to charge you. Yeah, that's how they get you. I've seen the APRs for this kind of thing roll up into the nearly 800% rate. So please, don't use one, but if you do use one, pay it off on time. Now, if you shop around for a lower APR on a loan, that means you're going to spend less money on interest, the less you're going to spend for the privilege of borrowing that money. Show shopping around to find out the lowest true APR can save you thousands of dollars on large loans for cars or homes, and even a fair amount of money on your credit cards and other smaller loans and debt that you may have. Now, this is just one of the many websites out there that can help you figure out the true APR on a loan. If you're familiar with Microsoft Excel, you can check around in it, and it also has functions built in to help you figure it out. Plus, a quick Google search will show you the formulas and so forth to use on your own if you're just really one of those math nerds that loves to play with the numbers. Here's the secret. I'm really one of those math nerds. That's why I don't know how to do the online stuff, but it's kind of fun to figure out and play with either way. Now, remember, okay, when it comes to loans and credit, paying interest is just like throwing money away. The better job you do of finding a lower APR, or annual percentage rate, and not doing anything that will add to that APR, such as missing payments or incurring finance charges or late fees, can help you throw away less money when you need to utilize credit and loans. Remember, if you need any other assistance, if you want to know more about financial literacy, if you need to work on building your credit, learning how to do a budget, or need help with anything to do with your financial situation, be sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and you can watch more of our videos on YouTube. As we always say here at the Financial Opportunity Center, remember, feed the pig.